The trio is back, and this week we are talking all about the best blue dials. Come join our conversation. Hello, you guys.
Hey, Emily.
Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Life is great. I'm growing a baby, but we're doing good things here. Today is all about watches, and I kind of hinted it in the open. We were talking all about the best blue dials.
Yes.
A little less watch detailed specific, but more of that aesthetic conversation. But this could be fun. We have lots of brands to discuss, and you guys will have lots of input, hopefully, to provide in this conversation as well.
It's entirely subjective.
Yes,
Sure.
yeah, it's kind of just what we like.
But
and
there's also tons of good blue
But
watches.
I will make a case for why it is objectively the best blue
yes,
dial.
yes, this is an open forum debate, so hopefully you guys will chime in too. Before we do this, I want to know what is on your wrist. This means you guys at home and also you guys here. So Ripley, what is this big thing I see?
Small watches are in, so I, as usual, am going that completely opposite direction, entirely inappropriately sized for my
You
wrist.
traded out your chronomat today for this?
Yes. I am wearing the AP Rolex Offshore. Green's my favorite color, actually, so I quite like this watch. It is just like 40% minimum too big for my wrist.
It's okay.
This isn't on
It works, though.
This isn't on its smallest hole on the
Setting?
strap, too.
Is
This
it?
is literally,
Still floating around.
This was made for a much more manly man
I'm
than
not gonna
myself.
lie, you always pull stuff off, and that green's a great green.
Maybe on my
so
ankle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not an
Those
ankle
are
monitor.
Surprisingly very comfortable. They don't look like it would be super comfortable to wear, but even like, I feel like I can wear a larger size than I think I can because they just wear well.
Titanium and ceramic, it's also fairly light.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think because it makes kind of a cuff circular shape, this is quite comfortable. It looks a little bit ridiculous on me, but I do like it.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Pretty sweet. What are you wearing?
I'm on theme. I'm going with blue. This is one of the
You're
contenders.
very blue.
Yeah, I am.
Blue
I didn't realize
everything,
all
yeah.
that, but I'm going with the Smurf, the Rolex Submariner.
Wow.
Talking about great blue watches. This isn't my choice, but I could not bring it up.
I love
right?
it.
So I figured get a little wrist time.
Yep. I did not go on trend, but I brought a favorite today. Just day date. It's got a gorgeous black
I
dial.
love that
This
black.
one is very close to my birth year, but it happens to be on an oyster bracelet.
And with a smooth bezel. It's
Yes.
like as non-day date, but
Yeah.
still
Yes.
on a bracelet.
I've
as
worn
you
this
can
a
get.
few times. I love this watch,
Yeah, it's a
and
nice
it
one.
looks great. So be sure to chime in with what you guys are wearing.
And it's not
Yes?
a style you can get anymore.
True, very true. You know, I like those rarer, harder to see out in the wild
That
type
oyster
watches.
bracelet's the cool part of there.
Yep.
Right?
With the crown clasp as well.
Yes,
not-
Yeah.
big key on that. So, all right, today, best blue dial watches.
Yes.
There are quite a lot. So I know that this again was maybe not the easiest choice. And maybe before we get into our heated debate where we are making a case for the one that you guys are officially bringing to the table, do we want to have some honorable mentions?
Okay, so there's so many different types of blue. There's sunburst, there's like enamel.
Valid.
You can get into like a blue mother of pearl, blue sapphire paved, like.
Mine definitely is a stone, so lapis.
Yeah,
Lapis, yeah.
exactly. Aventurine, like it's so categorically broad.
Yes.
You can almost apples and oranges. And so I'm looking for something that isn't just what it is.
Okay.
Because like lapis, a lot of brands can do lapis. The cut of stone can differ from one to another. I'm looking at more what is this one blue dial within the greater context of watchmaking.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
I
'Cause
went
there's-
meta on this one, yeah.
There's tons of great blue watches, right? I mean, blue and watches go together
I
like
love the blue dial
blue and
Pelagos.
watches,
Yeah.
right?
The blue
They're
dial
amazing.
Pelagos, great. It's not
Oh, yeah.
obviously
Come
not
on.
my one, but like that's such a cool watch. Like the bright punchy blue, the crisp white markers,
Yeah.
titanium, very modern, but also
That is
Tudor.
one of the watches where white and blue to me work really well together.
And I think the muted hue of the gray
Yes.
kind of titanium case works even
Yeah,
better than if
that's
it were
a full
polished.
package.
Omega's got a lot of really good blue.
All the blue ceramic,
Yes.
the blue wave
Oh,
Seamaster,
man,
like
so
yeah.
Yes.
good. Those are so good.
Yep.
Also, vintage Tudor, like the blue Tudor sub with the blue dial, blue bezel combo.
The heavy hitters from AP and Patek, you know, like a blue 5711,
Right.
you know.
Come on, classic.
The Tiffany blue at whatever
Yeah.
$1 million price point that exists.
There's lots of
Yeah.
good ones. Is the point?
Yeah.
There are. So I think it's time to maybe just get into it. Does anybody knowingly want to go first?
Ripley, I'll let you go first if you
Oh
like.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
why
very
don't
nice of you.
why don't we learn why Justin's wrong before
Here.
Justin even says why he's
Yours
wrong?
is here.
Sure.
Let's
get this out of the
see
way.
this. I'm surprised, but
So when you think about blue dial watches, what first comes to mind? What's the one but the bluesy? So I said
okay.
blue sunburst Submariner dial doesn't necessarily need to be on the 16613. I'm not saying the 1-2. So 1-1 6613, but like blue sunburst.
Right.
Why it's such a good blue dial, obviously it's the bluesy name. The older ones can kind of fade to cool colors. Some go kind of a gray hue, some go purple. So there's some intrigue there. I think it looks really good with the gold text, which is why I don't like the modern two-tone blue ones as much.
Yes,
They switch to
stand on
white
that
text.
soapbox.
But the blue sunburst dial in the Submariner, the two-tone Submariner, is so good that Rolex admitted they were wrong with it. So when Rolex first rolled out blue ceramic bezels with the 6-digit series, the 116613 LB originally had a flat blue dial, complemented its bezel. I think those watches look great. You don't really see all that many of them. But everyone loved the sunburst blue Submariner dial, and so they switched it back kind of quietly. And so for the rest of that reference, and then currently the modern 126613, they all have sunburst dials. It's such a good blue dial that it's one of the few times Rolex said, yeah, we know it's great, it doesn't match the bezel, but like we love that thing, and brought it back. So I don't know if this is my favorite watch with a blue dial by any means, but if we're talking about blue dials that have had an impact on the industry, that are, hate to use the word, but like iconic, I think this is probably in that conversation.
I receive your offering. What do you think about it?
I think it's a good choice. It's definitely not the best, but it is a good choice.
Classic.
Also, like blue Submariners, right? I mean, I can't argue too much with a good blue Submariner. I agree on that.
So it's
and
purple.
You're right. That blue sunburst, it is. It's iconic. It's Rolex. And I actually really like the enamel one. I think it's really
Think
unique.
about how many
Yeah.
blue Rolex dials it has, and this is the Bluesy.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on why that's a stupid nickname, but it's the
Yeah.
Bluesy.
That was a different episode.
That's a different conversation because it is. But it's a great watch and it's a great blue dial.
Yeah, I like this together. I would say from a package perspective, if we're speaking about the entire watch, I do enjoy the all gold iteration, so the 1/8. And I am with you on the fact that I like this with the gilt text. So the white text throws it off just a wee bit. I think it kind of loses the impact of that blue a bit. So
I agree.
I like your choice from a few different detailed perspectives alone.
Yeah, I mean, there are variations within Rolex's blue sunburst Submariner dials, obviously, but I mean, if we're taking broad strokes here, I can't think of another blue dial that has had a, larger, greater macro impact, or that is so instantly recognizable. Other than the black Submariner, it's probably the two-tone blue Submariner that first comes to mind. I'm also partial to the solid gold ones, but
Yeah.
Blue,
Nothing better than blue and gold, honestly, for me. But that's, again, my opinion. So I like your choice. Thank you for sharing. I'm ready to hear where you are in this
All right.
conversation.
That's a good choice.
I don't see a watch over here, so I'm not tipped off to what this is.
No,
What
I actually don't have it with me because we don't have one.
It's okay.
But that's not going to stop me from choosing it and bringing it to the metaphorical table.
Okay.
My choice is the ice blue dial Daytona.
Oh.
The platinum Daytona with the ice blue dial. There's different versions. Some have diamonds, some, you're right. That part doesn't matter. It's that dial on that watch. And like Ripley says, you want something that is more than just a good blue dial. It stands out. It means something. It's something different. And that checks all those boxes. One, it's just gorgeous. I love that color. I love the fact that it's a little bit different of a blue. You don't see it everywhere. You see a lot of them, the navy blue, kind of like the Bluesy, that like mid-range of blue, and it's fantastic. I mean, it's very like ocean, right? It's like the color of the sea, I get it. This one's a little bit different of a color blue, and it's unique, and I like that uniqueness of it. And not only is it unique, it means something. When you see that dial, it's special. That's a platinum watch.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the same color on other watches. They have it on the day-date as well. I personally like the Daytona version. The chronograph is it's just such a nice combination of sporty and elegant, and but the point is that color, it's special. When you see it from across the room, that is a platinum watch, and it's just amazing. So and it's special. You don't see it all over. It's you see other colors, kind of like the Tiffany blue, where it's hot, everyone does it. There are other versions, not like Rolex is the only one that does that color or something close to that color, but it's definitely not one of the more common blues you see.
Yeah.
So for me, it checks all the boxes. It's recognizable, it means something, you see it, you know what it is, it's special, gorgeous watch.
Do you like that it's paired with that chestnut brown, or
I
is
do.
it still something that stands out
And
on
the
its own?
Daytona text as well. That's so in my opinion, I think ice blue in the context of Rolex is probably one of the most important shades of blue within the industry. But that particular dial is a little bit of a train wreck of colors.
See, I personally like
Already
that
found
chestnut
her.
color, and I've come across. So there's hope for you yet, Ripley. We can you can come over.
I mean, there's a lot going on there. Maybe if they did a chestnut brown on the Daytona signature and just kind of fully leaned into that theme. But I feel like there's just so much going on there. I love the ice blue. I almost prefer it in like a black platinum day-date.
I was just gonna ask, so you do like the ice blue?
If they did like an ice blue Submariner, I would have chosen that.
Oh, wow.
It's the Daytona that I object to. Or give me the baguette diamonds on that one. That one's fun. But like,
That's
Baguette and
we're talking next level.
But yeah, I think the ice blue within the context of Rolex is such an important color because it signifies something outside of just the model or the watch.
True.
It signifies platinum in Rolex's catalog. It's a color exclusively reserved for platinum. The day-date's my favorite. They do some really cool ones with like the line motifs and all of that. But like
is really nice.
the Daytona isn't my favorite ice blue dial Rolex by any means. It's a great watch. Prefer it with baguettes, but like
See, on
best
the,
blue dial.
on the Daytona,
Yes.
I do wish that if they had incorporated the chestnut, that they would have given that bezel to the ice blue. Really made that full impact. I do see that.
An ice blue ceramic bezel.
Yeah.
Just like ice the whole thing out.
Yes, because I don't actually like that with diamonds. I do feel like the diamonds kind of pull it away from that icy blue that already exists. I think it's just a little much, and I like diamonds. I like it a lot.
I like the chestnut is
You think it-
extremely subtle.
Okay.
Right? Like when you first see it, when I first saw it, you almost take it for black because it kind of, that's what you expect and that's what it is. It's not until you see it in good light and you kind of realize that, oh, it's not. It's actually this kind of very deep chestnut brown. And it's not a color I would have ever picked. And if you explained it to me, I would have been 100% out. But after seeing it, it actually works really nice and it's grown on me. Again, in the beginning, I wasn't a fan. I didn't like it. And,
I
as
could see you
time goes
wearing
on,
it.
I'm like, it's really come around that it's maybe part of it is the uniqueness, right? It's something, the ice blue is
Special.
already different and adding that to it. And I've come around. I think it's really tasteful, and now I appreciate it. And I don't think I would choose black. I think the black might be a little harsher, right? It's a little like more high contrast with like the stark deep black and then the ice
could
blue.
see
I
that.
think that chestnut is just a little sweeter of a combination.
Okay.
But again, a lot of that is opinion, right?
Yes, personal preference. And you guys kind of are on two ends of this blue spectrum,
Right.
if you will. I love that difference. Surprised you both picked Rolex, but still very,
This
very
was a
good
very
choices.
hard
Yeah.
choice
I
today.
know,
There were
I know.
so many good. I mean,
Endless.
I feel like it should be, next
I
time we
mean,
do this, it should be
the
like
number
the
of-
top 10 blue dot.
Well, the number in Grand Seiko alone, where you're just like, that's objectively
So
a
true.
beautiful blue dial. The blue flake, all
Yeah.
the weird
Yes.
names that they've
There's
got
so
over
many,
there. The one
yeah.
that's like the water pattern.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As of late, we have seen that summer blue series from Omega, and I don't know what it is about that contrast.
All the blue, where blue loom, blue everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
you want to
and a
talk about
gradient
blue
of like
impact?
two gorgeous
Ooh.
blue colors. Yeah, those are
So
fantastic
good.
blue watches.
Even back to the Rolex, there's is it a date just where
With the blue vignette dial.
Yes, that is stunning to me, and it's almost like deep sea a little bit, where you get the blue to like black almost. That super deep blue.
Right.
Even that's somewhere on this blue spectrum, right? Isn't there an OP where the hour markers are like that lighter blue, almost in the vein of the Omega Seamaster?
The
Yes.
lilac blue. Yeah, they also have like the pink ones.
Yep.
They did some fun stuff. There's the Z Blue Milgauss.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello. One of
huge
the
fan of
big
that one,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys actually have been fans of that, and you've made me become a big fan.
I'd love to like decase because you can't really see the Z Blue dial
Yeah.
outside of the watch. I'd love to hold the Z Blue dial next to a platinum ice blue dial. See how actually different those two shades are because you're always seeing the Z Blue dial through a green tinted
that
Yes.
crystal.
right.
But yeah, reserved for platinum watches, maybe. Yeah.
That'll be your drop of something
Yeah.
in there that like shades it. That's a fun thing. Well, Rolex, if you're listening, invite us in. We want to see what that's about. But I
No,
also
they've
wanna-
discontinued the Milgauss. That doesn't exist.
it
to them
exists somewhere. You know, there's a little
It will exist soon.
internal.
Oh, maybe not soon. It will exist again.
Yes, you're full of predictions.
The Trill Gauss. Yeah, you got to up it somehow.
Yeah.
we want to invite you guys to sound off in this debate. Are you a little bit more on Ripley's side with the Bluesy? Are you a little bit more on Justin's side where it comes to the Platinum Daytona with that ice blue dial?
Well, one's got a nickname and we can just...
It's true. Or
sounds
are
better.
you somewhere different on this spectrum? Be sure to let us know what watch gets your pick when it comes to the best blue dial. It is not just about our opinions either. And we like when you guys have a little bit of that pushback too. So
And let us know the worst.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's some
Okay.
great blue dials. There's some terrible blue dials. So
Okay.
we
I
want to know
love
both of
finding
them.
a new one. Leave me one
That we
I
don't know.
don't know,
Yes.
and I can discover a new favorite
Yes.
blue dial. I love that.
I always get in and try to like respond to your guys' comments.
Yeah.
So, and I bring them to the guys too. So we are receiving anything you guys have to say, whether you're in agreement or you are on a completely different perspective. That is fun for us. This is the point of Watch Debate.
Yeah.
We are not the only collectors in the world. You guys are a big part of this too. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can also stay up to date on all the other wonderful content that we happen to be producing. So we'll be back with a fresh debate sometime soon. Until then, everybody, be well.